So imagine this. You've just spent, let's say, over $3,000 on a brand new high-end fiber optic system.
Right.
You've got the extenders, the cables, all of it. You hook it up, you're ready to go, and you get a black screen. Nothing.
That is the nightmare scenario right there.
And it turns out the reason is that you didn't buy the optional $33 power adapter.
Exactly. And that little adapter is what we're looking at today. It's the Avenview PS-FO-DVI. And, on the surface, it's just a 5-volt power supply, a little brick. But for anyone running serious AV infrastructure, this thing is the difference between a reliable signal and a very, very expensive paperweight.
It really is. It's sold by HDTV Supply, part of their Wolfpack line, for $33.33.
That specific price. Huh?
Yeah. And looking at that price, you'd think it's just a minor accessory. But then you look at what it's supposed to power. And these are absolute beasts of systems.
Oh, absolutely. We are not talking about, charging your phone here.
Yeah.
This adapter is built for heavy-duty fiber optic extenders. Specifically, it's for dual-link DVI systems running over 2 SC fiber cables, or even these massive 4-cable setups.
So they're pushing a ton of data.
A huge amount of bandwidth over really long distances.
That's the part that gets me. The gear this thing supports, like you said, those dual-link extenders. I saw one list for over $3,300.
Wow.
It just seems wild that a rig costing that much wouldn't have stable power just, baked right in. Why is this even optional?
That is the key question. And the answer is because technically, under perfect lab conditions, you might not need it.
Oh, okay.
See, these extenders, they try to pull their 5 volts of power directly from the source device. So your computer's graphics card right through the DVI pin.
So they're just leeching power straight from the source line.
Essentially, yeah. But here's the problem. That source power is notoriously unreliable. If you're running a long cable, or maybe the graphics card is under heavy load, that voltage can drop. And the second it dips below what the extender needs, your signal just vanishes.
It's a single point of failure that you have no control over.
Yeah.
And looking at the specs, some of these units have other protections that need that power to work, right?
I saw something about EMI shielding.
That's crucial. EMI is electromagnetic interference. If you're running these cables in, say, a server room or near any heavy machinery, you've got invisible magnetic fields that can just garble your video signal.
Okay.
The shielding in those EMI versions actively fights that noise. But it needs consistent power to work. No power, no shield.
And the other one was self-detecting EDID. I know EDID is basically how the monitor tells the computer what it is.
It's the handshake. The monitor says, hey, I'm a 1080p screen, and the computer sends the right signal.
Got it.
If that power fluctuates, the handshake fails, the computer gets confused and just stops sending video, you get flickering or total dropout. So for $33, you're really just buying an insurance policy against physics.
You are. It's a guarantee. It ensures the shielding and the EDID handshake have their own dedicated fuel tank. It's completely separate from what the computer's doing.
It has a warranty.
A 3-year warranty, which tells you that Avenview knows this little box solves a lot of their support ticket.
It's like building a skyscraper, but deciding to, use discount wiring in the basement.
That's a great way to put it.
You have this huge, impressive structure, your whole fiber network, but it's all resting on a really shaky foundation if you skip this one part.
It's a classic oversight. People blow the budget on the hero devices, the big screens, the projectors, and they skimp on the infrastructure that actually keeps them running. This adapter is proof that optional doesn't always mean unnecessary.
So the takeaway seems pretty clear. If you're deploying one of these high-end Avenview or Wolfpack extenders, the PS-FO-DVI isn't an accessory. It's a requirement for peace of mind.
Stability is cheap. Downtime is very, very expensive.
I like that. So before we wrap up, we've got a question for you to think about. We've been talking about AV gear, but this really applies everywhere.
It does. In your own critical systems, could be your data backup, your home security, even just your business workflow. What is the optional safety net that you're skipping right now?
And if that main power source fails, is that $30 you saved going to be worth it? Or could it cost you everything? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.